Hello and welcome to this post-century episode of the Values
Mm.
Workshop podcast. Uh,
Yeah.
I have with me Chintan. You have a nice name. I was thinking that the entire podcast series on the Values Workshop is about contemplating on values. So Chintan is
Mm.
a name that resonates with the theme of the attempt.
Yeah.
I have a very interesting theme that I had
Mhm.
noted a couple of weeks back. So it came to me today. What we will speak on is the burden of intellect.
Mm.
Okay. Um, okay. The very first question I have immediately is intellect? Can intellect be a
Mm.
burden?
Mm. I mean, it depends. If you are, I don't think it should be a burden. First of all, I think it should set you free in a way. It should enable you to, to do things that you want to do. In obviously, in your own way. Because as you go forward, you have your own narrative and perspective to things. So you might as well use it well. If you're not able to use it well, and if that doesn't enable you, then it might become a burden.
Okay. So let us, while you were answering, I wanted to simplify it for both of us. Define intellect
Hmm.
according to you. What rudimentary definition?
Hmm.
What is
Hmm.
intellect according to you?
I think intellect is a perspective more than or a way of how do I say it
Can I? Can
a
I?
lot of it depends on the solution. How you if you are, suppose, for example, if you are in trouble, how you solve certain things is so much depends on your intellectual and overall what we are talking about.
Okay, I had. Okay, let me try and give you an answer which I was thinking of.
Hmm.
Since we are trying to be universal in our answer, uh,
Hmm.
is it? Can it simply be defined as a rational way to approach things? By
Absolutely.
rational, I mean because it can be learned knowledge. Uh,
Hmm.
because emotionally we may differ at times
Yeah.
because it depends upon how
Hmm.
we perceive a situation. But rational makes it intellectual, and intellectual means theoretical knowledge of a subject, which we kind of all agree on. It might be the subject might be
Hmm.
this.
Yeah.
So if that is the way that we perceive the world, considering that we are a technology based world as we go along further and
Hmm.
further into this, um, does intellect become a lot more heavy, if it is the term that I would want to use? Because all of us are now challenged to be equal to the task of understanding different things and being able to communicate them to a larger audience, be it through social media or in real life or sitting down in conversation with other people of reasonably good intellect.
Yeah.
So, do you think that makes it heavy for all of us? We feel the burden of being up to it.
No, yeah, I don't think it should be a burden. I mean, I will not talk about others. I'll talk about myself. I will. So see, it all depends on how you want to portray yourself, and it all depends on how you solve things with your intellectual, or how you are living your life with this intellectual you have in you.
Capacity.
Exactly. So I don't think there should be any pressure to be out there. There shouldn't be any pressure to just express yourself.
Okay. Can you give me a real time example? Anything that, say, because you've used the same words twice. So there's something running at the back of your head, perhaps, in terms of an example. So if you have a problem, any example, work-wise, personal, where you had a problem and you use your intellectual prowess to solve it, small, big, anything.
I mean, it's doesn't usually come from the intellectual. Doesn't actually yet come from me at times. But there were problems when I was going through a lot of things in my life, and once it happened that I was feeling terrible. I was at a very dark space, and I have very few selected people who I went to, like everyone. So there was this one time when I told Harshik, who is one of my partner, I was like, you know what, I think all the bad things are happening to me because, and I don't deserve good things because I have done all the bad shit in my life in the past. So he told me that, you know what, that's just a stupid talk that you're telling yourself. It's you're trying to be a victim out there. Don't be that. So you rather just accept whatever has happened and just move on. So that time, what I, in my capacity, I had to do was I had to just listen to him, and that, you know what, maybe whatever he's saying is right, and maybe that might just do something better to me and stop making me feel terrible right now. So maybe whatever intellectual that he had, he passed it on to me and gave me a way.
Okay. So I have good that you came up with this example. I thought if this discussion doesn't go down that route, I'll give you an example like this. This is exactly what I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
You said you were in a dark space. Now, when we define the dark space, it is mostly coming from an emotional expression of things. You're looking at things in a bleak manner or a bright manner. These are emotional reactions, right? This is an emotional reaction. Now I'm going to dissect the entire story that you said to get to my question. You have an emotional reaction. You have the intellectual capability to use your intellect, but you're not using it. You make another emotional choice, which is going to a friend who will understand or who might at least empathize, even or maybe give a solution. We all want a release out of pain. There's no exception to that rule.
Yeah.
So you go to that friend.
Yeah.
That friend tells you something. Now you make space to buy into that argument. And then you act upon it, and that's how the solution comes. If we were to break this whole thing. Now, a couple of things I want to bring up here. This is what I meant by the question of the burden of intellect. It's not the absence of intellect in your case that caused it. But because the emotional reaction to things is so strong, then you are using your intellect to draw inferences that, okay, I have heard the theory of karma. So I have done bad karma. So I am reaping the effects of that today. However, from whatever source you heard it or you believed it, one can argue that that is also a belief system, but I wouldn't want to dissect it so fine yet. If at all we reach a point in the conversation, then we'll see. But so far, so this is what you believed in, and that is how it was affecting you. So what I meant was your intellect was actually acting against you, which was leading to the emotional downfall more and more. Now, that's exactly what I meant when I said social media is one more thing. Social media is the same thing. The entire Facebook and all other things that we are addicted to, Insta, whatever, likes and comments and interaction is all dopamine rush. They have planned it like that. So again, they've used their intellect to fuel our emotional responses. Okay, the entire structure of that edifice is built upon people garnering the number of likes or not, or the interaction
Absolutely.
happening.
Yeah.
Now, in that scenario where we are all part of it today,
Hmm.
and we
Hmm.
all have our own solo journeys also. In fact, this morning I was thinking my best friend seems to be the phone, which I hated. The very thought, I said, how
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
can it
yeah.
get? Why can't I just sit quietly with myself for a while? I've tried doing things like leaving it in the room and going to another room and sitting without the phone. I've been
Hmm.
thinking of going on walks without any phone except my dad's old phone, which is like just a phone.
Hmm.
It's not a smartphone. But now my question to you is, how does one, if there is a scenario like yours and you remove your friend out of the equation for a while, because that was the
Hmm.
sensible thing to do, thankfully you landed up going there. But I know
Yeah.
of quite a few people who are getting into a circle of, oh, nothing good is happening to me, and why I'm putting this question is, if you give them a proper intellectual rational answer. So for example, even if you are, say you are a believer in God, and I say, which God do you like, and you say Hanuman, for example, and I'll say, okay,
Hmm.
one, you whatever day Hanuman ka hai, you go to the temple and you go and just pray and come, do nothing, just go sit and tell your troubles to Hanuman, it doesn't matter. Don't pray also, that's also okay if I give you
Yeah.
a solution
Yeah.
like this. But then you start saying, okay, you know what, but throughout my life I have never done this, I'm going for my own personal selfish reason, there is no emotion involved, there is no devotion involved.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
again, you come up with an answer to that. So they have a question for that answer. So now my question to you, that is what dark spaces are about. These are bad
Exactly.
spaces that we keep on going around in circles.
Yeah.
Um, Post whatever Harshik said,
Hmm.
how did you implement it? What did you tell yourself?
Um,
I can't believe that the dark space went overnight. It wasn't a
Obviously,
dark
it
space.
wasn't. It no, it was a process for a while. So what happened to me is, I mean, as a person, I'm quite emotional with things. Mess like if you tell me one thing, I'll make 10. Like there are different. There are around 100 chintans in my head who will debate on one topic, and they'll analyze something, and then they'll make statistics out of it, and then will come one final solution. So to deal with that, I started to. I'm still learning that. I haven't obviously achieved where I want to be mentally, but what I've tried to do is I started this practice of being detached with things for a while.
Okay.
Uh, like I've started practicing detachment with things. Not, I mean, positive detachment. Not like I'm not gonna talk to them. I'm just gonna go away from all the dark things. And no, I know that that exists. That will always be around me. So I just have to acknowledge it and कि हाँ हो सकता है सभी but मुझे ये करना है. So I deliberately want to look at the positive side, not for the heck of being happy, because I think happiness is also quite overrated all the time. You have to feel all the emotions equally, but yeah, I told myself that I'm going to be detached with things and not let things affect me as much.
Okay. I I love what you said because it opens up the conversation in a nice manner.
Hmm.
Um, First, the clever comment, those 100 guys elected uh, the new president of the US in your head. That's how slow the voting counting was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Democratic mind.
yeah, uh, good that you said stop the count and get to
Yeah.
work. uh, I liked what you said, Shirley, because now what you're telling me, if
Hmm.
I were to understand correctly, is intellect and its reasoning of the dark space, emotion and the dark space it really feels,
Hmm.
debates and the many ways of looking at things, all of these things lead to a sense of holistic outlook you try to build. You give all of them space. You're not making them fight or win or lose or any such thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Acknowledge these are many facets of myself. I will acknowledge them. And yet, while all of them are fighting or getting together, you are saying one thing that needs to be done is being done. So if it is work,
Hmm.
or it is your personal life, or it is your
Yeah.
going for a wedding or a party or a this or that, you're still doing that while acknowledging
Absolutely.
all of these things happen. I want to know, how did you arrive at this? Was there an episode that helped you get this perspective that there are many more things, not just one, or was it gradual? What led to this understanding?